Thank you for joining the third installment of Digital Crossfire 2015, the electronic version of the annual Realtors in the Crossfire program from your New Hampshire Realtors Legal Committee and Risk Management Subcommittee. Digital Crossfire is an online workshop designed to improve your risk management awareness regarding hot-button real estate issues, including this installment on the subject of the New Hampshire Real Estate Commission complaint process. Introducing Matt Johnson and Dan Jones.
Hi, I'm Matt Johnson, an attorney at Devine Willamette and counsel to the New Hampshire Realtors Association. We are coming to you from the Concord office today. This is the third installment of the Digital Crossfire series, which is an online digital series on risk management issues affecting licensees and realtors in the state. The prior two installments were on errors in admissions insurance and also social media. Today with me, it is my pleasure to introduce Dan Jones, who has been a broker since 1974, was a founder of RE/MAX Presidential, and since 2007 has been on the New Hampshire Real Estate Commission. And the topic today is an explanation of the complaint process before the New Hampshire Real Estate Commission. Dan, can you explain how are claims presented to the New Hampshire Real Estate Commission?
Well, a claimant is a person from the public, typically is going to contact the commission with a complaint. They will be given a Form 11 to be completed that spells out the issues in the complaint, and then the investigator at the commission level will notify the respondent, the licensee, who has a claim being presented against them, and the respondent then has an opportunity to respond to that. Both parties then assemble all the details of their claim and of their defense, and those are submitted back to the investigator.
And once those materials are back before the investigator, what happens next?
What's next is the packet that is put together with a listing of both the actual complaint and all of the responses on both sides are then submitted to one of the 5 commissioners. And there are 5 commissioners, one being a member of the public, one being an attorney member, and the other 3 being brokers or licensees. So that's then presented to one of the commissioners to evaluate. That commissioner will read through the file, and they can vary from 1/8 of an inch to 12 inches in size. And you're expected to read through them and come up with a recommendation back to the other members of the commission.
So, in your experience, how important is it for a real estate agent to have good records about a transaction?
If they want to prevail in the case, it's extremely important. Having good records, we always say document and disclose. Those 2 things are most important for a realtor.
And once at the investigator level from the commission, how is it determined whether a hearing should be held?
It's determined based on the severity of the case as determined by the evaluator. If the evaluator looks at the file and says we can deal with a settlement agreement as opposed to an actual hearing, it normally is going to be a lesser violation where we will either come up with a fine or a requirement to take a specific course or both. But if it's at a level where it looks like an extreme violation, then we will go back to the investigator and to the commission and suggest a hearing.
And other than a hearing, are there other options available for the commission when evaluating a complaint?
Well, again, the short of the hearing is going to be the settlement agreement. A settlement agreement is simply an agreement that the consumer or the licensee has to accept, which simply means they have to sign off and say, yes, we agree, we will pay a fine, or we will take a specific course, or both. If they can do that and that's satisfactory to the commission, then that's the end of it.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.